Thanks for tuning in. This is Let's Meet, the first all-English international broadcast program for international communication in Chongqing, produced by the Western China International Communication Organization. I'm your host, Alex. Here's our featured content in today's program: gaining insights into Chongqing's scientific research teams and understanding how science and technology empowers industrial development. Exclusive interview with the mayor of Autumn City calling for strengthened educational and cultural exchanges between China and France. Following James to discover Laoying tea plantations on the mountainside of Chongqing. Australian vlogger James Clark and Canadian comedian Mark Roswell come to explore Chongqing. Focusing on today's bridging news from new energy to public health, the development of every emerging strategic industry relies on the support of science and technology. Scientific research teams from Chongqing, with their research achievements, provide vigorous propulsion for the industrial development of Chongqing. Let's take a look together.
In the process of building the Belt and Road, Chongqing has contributed its unique strength to global technological innovation and social advancement through the synergy of research expertise and the sharing of technological achievements. These scientists are engaged in research on solid-state batteries, which are believed to have a profound impact on the future energy industry. While Yume, she works as a postdoctoral researcher and now heads research projects on lithium-sodium solid-state batteries.
I think people really care about the safety of the battery since 2016. So at that time, we really want to increase the safety level of the batteries.
Ramon Paredes, who's from Venezuela, and also chose to work at this institute.
This institute belongs to a really important university. I knew that this institute will offer a friendly and encouraging environment for international scholar.
The NUS Chongqing Research Institute also places a strong emphasis on close collaboration with industry.
Recently, we just read the agreement with Chang'an Auto. I think in the near future, we will work on the new kind of high performance and high safety lithium-ion battery.
If substantial research lays the foundation for technological progress in society, then the practical application of research outcomes in our daily lives serves as the ultimate proof. For many years, researchers and engineers at Haifu Medical have been dedicated to developing minimally invasive surgical equipment, which is focused ultrasound ablation system. The high temperature generated immediately causes necrosis of tissue cells. This approach can reduce the patient's pain and surgery-related complications.
When I heard about the HIFU treatment as an alternative for my uterine fibroids, I was actually very relieved and happy that I won't be undergoing a surgical procedure that would have some scar.
We had it CE marked for Europe in 2005, so now there are about 20 machines around Europe.
Cultural and educational exchanges serve as bridges between nations. Today's dialogue specially invites the mayor of Autumn, France, to explore how to further enhance the deep cooperation between China and France in the field of education and culture.
So this year marks the 60th anniversary of French-Chinese diplomatic relations. And it's also the year of French-Chinese cultural tourism. When I was here last year, I discovered in the schools we were that they had already a French teacher. It was a French football teacher, soccer teacher, and we would be open also to have Chinese classes in my city. And we need also to develop, and it's one of my field at the European level, in green technologies, We want to support electric cars. I think you're doing a great job in doing this by seeing the green plates on the street. This is something we're trying to promote. And at the same time, I would like very much to develop the learning of Chinese in my city. And we, at the same time, we need more and more people to work in the green sector. So it's a big challenge. Where are we going to find these people who are going to be engineers or just to install solar panels on roofs? And in this regard, we need to also get back to the education system to see how we can educate the people we're going to need. So this is why also I am here to see and to learn and to visit very interesting examples, and I'm here also to see and to visit facilities, factories, and schools, and see how we can exchange. So it's only my third time in Chongqing, but I'm intending to bring more politicians and also more leaders in industries to come here and see what we can learn from each other.
Laoying tea, a refreshing drink to dispel the summer heat, is a special gift from the mountains amid the furnace of Chongqing. In this episode of iChongqing, we will follow James deep into the mountains of Wuxi, Chongqing, to explore the stories of Laoying tea.
Hi everyone, I'm James. Today we've come to a place called Pulian Township in Wuxi County, and this is where they make the very famous brand of Chinese tea called Laoying cha. And this tea gets its name from the fact that the seeds are very hard, and that eagles or raptors, they have to swallow these seeds, and after it's gone through their digestive system, only then are the seeds softer and able to sprout. Now, this variety of tea is very ancient, and it dates back as far as the Warring States period. But in the last few years, it's really seen a big revival here in Wuxi County, and it's become the basis of a big industry nationwide. The Lidsea koreana is a variety of camphor tree that grows on the high mountain slopes of southwest China. Pulian Township in Wuxi County has the largest production area in Chongqing, with around 3,300 acres and thousands of trees over a century old, some even more than a millennium.
The skills behind making Laoying tea were put forward in the year 2015 as a project of intangible cultural heritage in Chongqing municipality. Then in 2016, the Chongqing Municipal People's Government announced the status had been granted.
They tell me that this tea has a lot of interesting health benefits. For example, if you drink it, it can help relieve coughs and phlegm. And also on a hot summer's day, kind of like today, it can really help you dispel all of that heat.
The village we're in now has achieved clear results in production and incomes. The art of producing tea has been passed down by their ancestors. Our Laoying tea now appears in lots of exhibitions each year. This is an important project when it comes to attracting investment.
Now, Wuxi County has big plans to increase the scale of production in order to meet the anticipated growth in demand. Wuxi County is going to invest 300 million yuan into the industry here, and this is going to increase the plantation area to over 8,000 acres, and hopefully the industry in the next few years will reach the scale of 500 million yuan per year in revenue.
In Chongqing, there is a woman who, with profound knowledge of international law, builds a communication bridge between China and the world. She is not only dedicated to teaching and researching international law, but also actively participates in international exchanges and cooperation. In this issue of Faces of Chongqing, let's get to know her together.
For the general public, international law helps them avoid being misled by the media when they are exposed to international affairs and news, but to analyze and understand it independently.
He Qing is a lecturer of School of International Law in the Southwest University of Political Science and Law, and a researcher of China ASEAN Legal Research Center and Southwest Institute of Ocean and Natural Resources Law.
we should firstly know the fundamental rights of states.
In the past 7 years, Heqing has witnessed more and more international students coming to China to study and communicate. In her mind, international law is like a bridge that allows Chinese students to understand the world, and also allows international students to understand China. In 2009, Heqing went to Ghent University in Belgium to study for a doctorate, during which she worked briefly at the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea, which opened up her international vision and laid the foundation for her future international teaching career.
From the day I went abroad, I was very clear that I would go back to my country, because I studied international law and the place where it can be practiced is our own country.
As a teacher of the international law, Heqing loves her profession, and she knows that she has to shoulder the responsibility of teaching and solving puzzles. In the future, she hopes to continue to help young people and spread the voice of China to the world.
Due to globalization, China is becoming more and more involved in international affairs and needs more international talents to understand and be aware of the rules to help China participate in international affairs.
Australian vlogger James Clark, who has 200,000 followers on Douyin, recently visited Chongqing and tried Chongqing noodles. How would this Australian vlogger review the Chongqing noodles?
有件事你必须要做，那是什么事儿呢？吃重庆小面。哦，走起！哎，做好了。哎，这个就是那个混合面是吧？对，混合面，我已经看到内脏了。内脏已经看到了。然后最可怕的部分来了，我挑战一下这个内脏。来点什么来着？服务员跟我说不会太腥。确实吃不出内脏的味道，还是不错的，接着吃。也点了一个，哎，就是这碗小面。我现在要吃第二种面了，那就是重庆小面。而且这儿的工作人员强烈给我推荐的要放个鸡蛋，叫卧在里头。那我就先卧着，要泡一会儿。他说，接着拌重庆小面，吃一口。哦，哎，这口真好吃啊！哎呦，真香！行，我就不跟你说了，我接着吃去了啊！再见。
Joining James Clark in Chongqing is our old friend Mark Roswell. Let's take a look together.
大家好，我是大山。
大家好，我是 James。
在《肖申克的救赎》
中文版话剧，
我扮演的是老囚犯瑞德，
我扮演的是被冤枉的银行家安迪。
近几年我们在墨西哥海滨小镇过得还真不错，
芝华谈妞，
好山好水。
哎，好无聊啊！确实时间长，有点无聊了。
闷得慌，
哎，墨西哥的辣椒还是不错，
但是不能跟四川的比，
所以我们来到了重庆。
我们就是奔着火锅来的，
下个周末再去成都，
这是我们川渝菜之旅啊。
A Twitter influencer shared a video of spectacular cloud waterfall phenomenon, attracting nearly 40,000 views from across the internet. This video of a cloud sea was captured in Nanchuan district, Chongqing. It sparked widespread discussions online. Some viewers associated it with Stephen King's The Mist, while others even questioned the video's authenticity. This spectacular natural wonder has undoubtedly become a hot topic of recent discussion. That brings today's program to an end. Let's meet, showcasing new Chongqing to the world. I'm your host, Alex. See you next time.
搭车上山下，穿越时间线线，解放北部新街家乡为前，热辣火锅香，天马有加辣，笑声中闪过着余味人家，红绿。